So, Ryan, that was a really long intro.
That was.
But you know what? We're going to keep going because that is how we do it. And we are moving on. We're going to move on because I want to talk about not so terrific comics. It's terrific comics, but not so terrific, as Bleeding Cool put in their article this week.
I was going to say, I hope that's not the name of their company because that's setting the bar pretty low.
It's like,
we're all right.
Let's just be real. We are okay.
We're decent comics.
We're decent. No, so what is Terrific Productions LLC? Well, we chatted a couple weeks ago about Rob Liefeld just giving up on bringing Youngblood. That's right.
That thing. I've been waiting so long for that to come back.
Yeah, you're lying.
Yes.
Because you don't really care about Rob Liefeld at all.
At all.
Well, actually, this is actually a good question. Does anyone care about Youngblood? There are people who care about Rob.
Some people do care about him.
I like Rob.
I have several. He's done a couple of modern variants for like Superman. I've got them.
Okay, well,
they're fun.
We were chatting a couple weeks ago about Rob because he's just given up on Youngblood. See, we thought that he was going to be bringing this back. Pretty sure he thought he was going to be bringing this back. He's looking for titles to bring back because he's kind of got back in the public eye
the
again.
90s are huge right now, too, so it makes sense for all that early image stuff to kind of make a comeback.
A couple weeks ago, he went online and just laid it out and said, hey, creative differences, the rights were just changed up over this past decade, and there is no hope. This is not happening, and I will not be backing anything that gets done by this title.
Interesting.
That's right. So we were like, okay, drama. He's moving on, right? And he got really specific. Like this was a long, like almost farewell letter to his creation is what it felt like. With this past week, we got some more news. We're talking about Terrific Productions LLC, co-owner of Youngblood. And they hold rights enough to make it so that Rob doesn't want to do this and have any participation. And what's going on is Rob said that in this message that he posted online, that it was all bad, that this conversation that he had with the now partial owner who owns some rights is just no good, that there's no hope and he's got to walk away. So obviously their conversation went really south. And we're getting a peek at it here. Bleeding Cool reported, this is this is pretty funny. It says article titled Fanboy Rampage, Eric Larson and Brian Keene versus Terrific Productions LLC over creator rights. So this is what's going on. Rob has nothing to do with Youngblood. However, Terrific Productions LLC is looking to still make comic books with this title. And this is the Twitter account, and this is what they posted this past week. Youngblood might become the fastest rising collectible in 2019 to 2020. A lot of capital letters happening here.
It's very exciting.
It is very exciting.
Deserves capital letters.
He's screaming from the rooftops, Youngblood.
That's right.
He continues, kind of, because it's kind of hard to read his tweet. The more Youngblood fans that hesitate to order Youngblood #1, thinking they can buy it in that secondary market, the higher the price, the more fans will scramble to buy it. Like it's going to be difficult for them to get it at a good price.
I think that's what he's saying.
I think so.
It's hard to tell.
It is. You need some help. I'm not sure what that 3 is doing there.
Just reread things before you hit the tweet button.
That's what I suggest.
Right.
But we'll continue because right now he is straight up calling out the spec market.
Yeah.
He's saying that the individuals who go and want to buy comic books, these prices are going to be driven up.
He's saying they're gonna box out any of the people who might actually want the comic, and if you guys who want the comic don't line up right now and buy it right now, then you're gonna be screwed later. So buy it right now.
Yeah, I'm not thinking so on this one. And
yeah.
You know who else isn't thinking so? Well, the first that we're gonna shout out is Savage Fincast Podcast. What do they have to say about this tweet?
Without Rob Liefeld on board, I have a feeling that no one will care about a fanfic Youngblood.
Shots fired. Fanfic Youngblood. So this is bringing up a larger conversation. I'm excited about this. What they're saying is if you don't have the creator involved with the independent comic book that you're trying to publish, especially one like this that hasn't seen the light of day in a long time, good luck. This is fan fiction.
Yeah, I guess it is different when it's an independent comic. Because I'm thinking about Superman, Batman, the rights to them got passed on, from their creators, obviously aren't in charge of that anymore. So there's been other creations who have outlived their creators, but this is a different thing.
It is. Eric Larson continued this tweet by saying that he agrees. Without Rob's involvement or support, Youngblood has no chance. Rob's audience was there for Youngblood because he was doing it. They weren't fans of the property in the abstract. Well put.
That's a good point. They're Rob Liefeld fans.
Exactly. So I think that this has no chance in the market here. And unfortunately, if you're a Youngblood fan, you're not going to be getting your content the way I think you want it. But fortunately for Youngblood fans, there is still hope, because whatever does come out, if it's not Rob Liefeld, it's not going to be real Youngblood.
I'm sure that's what people think. That's what it seems like they think here.